I don't want people to think it's mine.
Peter, you should be good to start us off.
Okay, let's call the West Ashley Revitalization Commission meeting of November the 8th, 2023 to order. I think the first order of business is approval of the minutes. Is that correct?
It is, but we do not have quorum yet.
Okay, well, we'll pass on that. And the second item on our agenda,
Second item on.
I lost you, Eric.
West Ashley Restaurant highlights. So we'll get started with that one.
Go right ahead. Thank you.
Thank you. Hi, good evening, everyone. I'm Christina. I'm the Business Services Manager in the Business and Neighborhood Services Division of the city. I'm going to share a little bit about a project that me and Eric have been working on around West Ashley restaurants. Back this summer, our office hosted an intern who worked on several projects, one of them being putting together a database of all the restaurants in West Ashley. So our summer intern went through data sets from South Carolina THEC, from City of Charleston business license data, as well as looking at some local news outlets and social media pages to put together a list of 247 operational restaurants here in West Ashley. And of those 247 restaurants, over half of them, 157, are locally owned. 18 of them are regional, and about 72 are national chains like your McDonald's and Papa John's restaurants. But with this database, we worked with our GIS team at the city and put together kind of an interactive, filterable map that the public can use. So some next steps for this restaurant map are that we're going to publicize it on the city's GIS page, so it's public and everyone can access it. Eric already has it on one of his West Ashley web pages. And we're also going to do a social media push throughout the year with different restaurant spotlights that I'll talk about in just a second. So this is a little screenshot of what the map looks like. Right now, we've got a slightly longer link to access it, but if you go to www.charleston-sc.gov/West Ashley Restaurant Map, you can get to this map. Perfect. Cool. So I'm just going to walk you through a little bit about how this map works. So once you get to the main page here, you've got our West Ashley branding, and then a little info. Thank you. Perfect. Thanks. So we've got our info tab on the top here. Once you click this, it gives you little info about contacting Eric if any of the information is incomplete or needs to be updated. You can get in touch with him, as well as a brief introduction of how to use the map. We've also got links to our West Ashley and Business Services websites with the City of Charleston. Then on the left here, we've got a little legend that highlights some of these categories are. So we highlight some coming soon restaurants, new ones, those that are occupied and vacant. So there's a couple of different ways you can search this map. First, you can kind of click on the little magnifying glass icon here. And you can actually use your current location. You can click on that, and it should take you a little slower in here, but Julie would kind of take us a little bit closer inside the Citadel Mall, since that's where we are right now. You can also type in your actual address or type in the name of a restaurant, and we'll pull up a couple of different items for you. So let's see. I tried send into fusion. Kind of pops up here. I'm gonna click on the little, yep. The little blue dot there brings up some additional information about the restaurant, so you can see where it's located. We also have websites that folks can click on for most of the local businesses, a phone number, and a couple of additional details, so you can see the status of that. It's an occupied space, business class is local, it's a restaurant, the kind of food served, and the district that they are in West Ashland. So another way to filter through the restaurants is to look at the kind of food served. So we've got a bunch of different categories from breakfast food and French food to coffee. You click on that. Those are some of the different coffee shops we have in West Ashley. And look at all the different pizza places we have here. Thank you, sorry, you can hear me. Some of the different pizza restaurants. An additional filter is the class of restaurant. So we can look at something that's local, regional, or national. So if we wanted to find some locally owned pizza places in West Ashley, we have that filter. It filters it down a little bit more. We can also look at what district this is located. So we've got a couple of different labels. If we can click on the Citadel Mall here, you kind of zoom in and it helps highlight all the different restaurants that are right here. We've got a couple of different areas. I'll search through here. So we just started working on this summer. It is a little bit of a snapshot in time from when our intern left us. But if you have any questions about anything, you can contact me or Eric. We're going to be working on updating the map with some newer restaurants in here. But this is available, and we encourage you to test it out. Let us know if something's quirky or not working right, and we can get it fixed. Okay, cool. So in addition to this, West Ashley Restaurant Act, with our intern, we went around and interviewed about 9 to 10 different locally owned businesses throughout the summer. With that, we asked restaurants to tell us a little bit more about them, their experience with West Ashley, and why they love operating here. So we're going to be releasing these restaurant spotlights in 2024. We're looking to do them maybe quarterly or bi-monthly. To kind of help additionally promote this map and help provide a free marketing opportunity for these restaurants. We'll feature them on the city's social media pages and on our website. So we just wanted to share a couple of nice things we heard about why some of these restaurants chose to operate here in West Ashley. One operator said the most rewarding thing is seeing families and repeat customers coming to our restaurant to enjoy a great meal. Having that sense of community is really something else. Another one said West Ashley feels a lot more local than other areas around Charleston. Here, businesses cater to the local community, whereas in other places, they cater to the steady stream of tourists. West Ashley has the feeling of a small town microcosm of Charleston. So I heard that restaurants can really change a neighborhood. When the right restaurant comes into a place, it can dramatically transform an area for the better. West Ashley is unique because in a lot of other places around town, there aren't a whole lot of restaurants outside of the occasional fast food chain. I'm excited to plant my business here to give residents a great culinary experience and hopeful that more local restaurants will continue to follow suit. So be on the lookout for some of these spotlights next year. Help check out our restaurant guide. I'm a local West Ashley resident, and I've been finding more restaurants near my house thanks to our intern putting this map together. So very helpful. We hope you enjoy it, and I think that's it for me. Thank you.
Any of our commissioners have any questions before Christina looks back?
We have this, this is on the city website.
Yes.
As you said, did you want to push that out to us yet?
Not yet. It does have locations that are in the county on it already as well, because we pulled a lot of the information from CWS, I believe, right? Or DHEC. DHEC. So to make it where it was non-jurisdictional and we could see what was open and what wasn't.
Well, I was more interested selfishly, number one, but number two, for city social media, we want to push that out to people.
Yeah. I will
You know,
do that.
we'll push that out.
You'll have it as soon as this meeting's done.
Yeah, it doesn't.
Yes, Ms.
see
Crockett.
it as being something that would be a opportunity for a wide range of businesses. West Ashley, I mean, not being in the family business, furniture business, I'd love to see locally, furniture business, I'd love to see local, you know, dentists, local doctors, local whatever. I think West Ashley could take this and open it up to a broad spectrum. I mean, you know, the world is our apple for using that model to do a whole lot with it.
It's definitely, as we have interns come online, we can always look at expanding it out to other business opportunities.
Because there's so many people coming new to the area and they don't know, you know, who's a great doctor to go to, what's a local business, what's a local whatever. You know, wonderful opportunity. New and old.
When we have the capacity to start expanding it, I'm sure we'll be happy to. Yeah, or Mr. Mulcair.
I don't think that's working, but just one thought is, I know not everybody utilizes or likes to use this kind of platform. So, but you can export the data to KMZ, which is the Google GIS platform. So maybe that's another way you use the data that way, pull it up on Google Maps if they prefer. It might be more user friendly.
Yeah, we can check with our GIS folks. I haven't done that yet. Because we do one for King Street, but it's something we can do.
Great suggestions.
Thank you.
All right. So. that one-
all of that. No, I didn't do anything about that. Compliment file for it.
So kind of to Ms. Project's point that she made that we have a lot of local businesses in the area. This is another initiative that Christina's office is going to be in partnership with myself rolling out over the next year or so is this new platform that is being sponsored by the Municipal Association of South Carolina, We Shop SC. And what we have done, so I guess I'll backtrack real quick. We Shop SC, it's a statewide program being sponsored by Municipal Association of South Carolina, the Main Street South Carolina program. And it's being done on the Beyond Main platform. So this is a platform that's available nationwide, but the MASC and Main Street felt like it would be fantastic to promote local South Carolina shops. It's intended to support local businesses. It's a virtual marketplace. And it really is geared towards people who are makers and have small locations that are not brick and mortar. You can have brick and mortar. In fact, one of the ones that is currently signed up in the city of Charleston is a brick and mortar store, but the two others are virtual locations right now. So what is We Shop? We Shop has free business profiles. It allows you to upload photos, videos, events. You can run your whole business platform right from We Shop SC. They also have access to multiple templates and tools that are created from both Canva for doing sale outreach and things of that nature, or Google Docs for doing more the internal workshop items. You can also use We Shop SC as the main website for a business. What's nice about it is that there is a free charge item, so there is no charge per sale to the client. In addition to that, there are two other membership fees. So there's the free profile. If you want people to be able to purchase your goods through the website, it is $360 a year, but that's a flat fee, $360. After that, you don't have to worry about the percentage of your profit coming out anymore. And then there's the full store plan, that's $600 a year. Here's what each of those breaks down to having. So the free one gets you the website version where you can have it, you can push it out to your clients, you're available for those that come to the website. If you want to do the slightly paid version, you can now do the e-commerce insights. You can do multiple store locations, things of that nature. 600 gets you just about everything, including booking appointments, and you can do shipping prices, all types of different things. Right now, we currently have South Carolina, and then we have Charleston, and then we have Charleston, West Ashley up on this market. Here's one of our people who is already using this, Houseful. They're a local women-owned business that's over on Sam Rittenberg, where Year One used to be. Go ahead and open up the website so you guys can kind of see what this one looks like. So on here, they've, we don't really know yet which package they have. I meant to get a hold of them before this. Time slips away from you. I'm going to be asking them which package they have so we can kind of push this out so people can see. So they have unique photos of all their offerings on here. You can message them. Here's their store hours, how to contact them. They're about, they don't have any events up on here yet, but I'm sure they will. And then it's which market is it tied to, both Charleston and West Ashley. So this is, and then also there's the map feature where how you can find them. So it's just a very easy way for small businesses to get their name out there. Because when you come to just the We Shop SC page in general, you can browse by store, by item, or by market. So you can see Aiken, Beaufort, Florence, Main Street, several items have their stores up on here and are working to rapidly get more items on it. So, that is We Shop SC. Our next steps for next year, Christina and myself will be creating marketing material on how to set up profiles. We're going to do some city-led webinars in the spring for We Shop to again help coach people through how to get onto it, how to start letting their customers know they're on there, and then in addition, doing outreach to small businesses, e-blast for promotion. One thing that I'm going to catch Christina off guard with is Christy said she would like to have a unique item here just for the tenants of Citadel Mall. She has about 30 local businesses in here, so that would be a fantastic boost immediately to this platform, just getting them up on it. That is one of our initiatives for next year to support local businesses. Any commissioner comments or questions?
See you done? Everybody, good work.
Excellent. We want to go back and do the approval of minutes.
I was gonna say, it looks like we have a form present there. I'm here. So I'll entertain a motion to approve the minutes from our last meeting. So moved. Is there a second? Second. Any further discussion? All those in favor? Say aye. Aye. Opposed? The ayes have it. That's a monumental event we get to accomplish, right? So thank y'all for doing that. All right, Derek.
All right, so the next item on the agenda is the West Ashley Greenway Bikeway signage update. So on this one, this was presented to you, I think, if I remember right, back in September. We showed you guys the package of signs that are going to be coming out on the Greenway. What I'm very happy to announce is that it is a fully funded package now. So everything that we earmarked in it will actually be rolled out onto the Greenway all at one time. So some of the future steps in that is Charleston Water System. It has to, they get to finagle where a few of these items go out on the Greenway, but you'll be seeing everything from the mile markers, the trail signs, up to our trailhead signs, which we do have all the trailhead signs now designed. So I'm just gonna run through these real quick so you can kind of see. So on these, there is the consistent map on the side of all of them. On the right side of it, which will show where you are. And then over on the left side, we have unique items to each spot that will do a history and either an environmental or some other type of education outreach on it. So like on the very first one, we wanted to make sure that people understood that the Greenway and the Bikeway were both rail yards originally, and it's what really brought the economy out to West Ashley was these two major rail lines running through it. And that it's now also the Charleston water system has its main items running underneath it, so it's still the lifeblood of West Ashley and many areas outside of West Ashley. Stormwater management, also talking about improvements to stormwater management that will be coming. The history of truck farming and some more stormwater items. This is a very fun picture that we came across. So this tells you a little bit more about the history of truck farming. And then to give you an idea of where it's at, here's Betsy Road. There's Savannah Highway. So this would be where some very large car dealerships are located right now. They were very large farms at one point, and one point very recently at that. So it just gives you just that sense of idea that this is an always evolving area in West Ashley. More history of truck farming, some very artfully laid out items on that one. Drawing attention to the fact that when you reach Wapoo Road, between Wapoo Road, the Greenway, and the Bikeway was really one of the first downtowns, especially out in this area, where people would gather to send the produce along the lines. They also had lunch counters, gas stations, which were meeting points, all that. And then as we transition further out, Croghan's Landing and out towards Main Road, we start to showcase more of the natural beauty. This is where the Greenway really transitions from being in the suburban urban context to being surrounded by the marshes. So, you know, letting people know, one, how beautiful the sunsets are out there, and then also some of the fantastic birds that you'll see out there. And then some of these do get repeated, like this once again, this is considered an entry trail marker, so you have that basic history, but since it's on the opposite side from the CWS area, we went with the natural beauty. Looking at the bikeway, again, fantastic aerial that we came across, showing Higgins Pier, when it actually connected out across over to the peninsula, running into where the Citadel is now. And then history of Maryville. Mulberry Food Forest, which is another one that we presented, I think, at the June meeting. So this trailhead is going to be right near the food forest, drawing attention to that one. And then also the 4th acre outfall and the monumental amount of stormwater reorganization that one's handling. And then again, the Wapoo Bikeway area where we're calling attention to the fact that it was the major crossroads and some more stormwater. So those are going to be the trailhead signs. Like I said, everything is fully funded. So we will be bringing those out online 2024. So look to have those out there. And then the other sign update is we do have a concept image for some of our gateway signage elements. This one is going to be moving through the same process that we previously had. I want to let you know that, yes, we are working on the gateway signage. We have the concept. We know the general locations for it. 2 of them, it's going to be fun to work with DOT to figure out how to squeeze them in, because the right of way gets pretty tight with marshes and trees. But we do have 2 locations that you'll probably see sooner than later. The entry here at Cosgrove, and then the entry down here at 6117. And that is the signage update for us. Are there any comments or questions about that one?
Eric, if you could go back to that blue map that we've had.
Which one?
No, further back on the Greenway. That's it, got it. So you had a image of where the railroad crossed over the Ashley River. And I'm wondering, yes, I'm wondering if you could, if possible, to show the rail crossing over on the blue map part, that same crossing. You see where it sort of stops and where, right? Yeah. So would it be appropriate if you had the line coming across the Ashley River?
So the what you see on this Yep, there we go. Always gotta jump scare somewhere. What you see on this side, this is the trail as it is that gives the markers for where people are at. So we wouldn't want to really confuse them thinking that they can cross the bikeway over onto the peninsula.
That's probably a good idea. We don't walk over. Commissioner Mooney.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. A couple of questions. I was out in Dallas last weekend and there's a facility out there called the Katy Trail, Katy, amazing. On an old railroad bed. They had the emergency call boxes out there. Do we have those or are they talking about those? Number one. And number two, and I probably would know, should know better, but I don't. If we have the positioning out there where somebody makes a 911 call, that a couple years ago was not the case where somebody could be found on the West Ashley Greenway if they dial 911. So call boxes and positioning.
I don't have a direct answer for you already, but I do know call boxes are part of the overall master plan that the commission approved. Where that's at in the process, that's what I don't know it right now, but that's always something that we can start researching. And with the, as far as the police angle of can they locate someone right now, again, can't talk to that at this juncture, but that's something we can check on.
The Katy Trail I referenced had signs every quarter mile, whatever, said post number 4, post number 5, whatever. So if you were, you could easily identify those down. I want to make sure that the positioning is there, and I can check with our consolidated dispatch and see what that is about.
So we can research expanding the mile markers. Right now, they're just at certain miles, but we can research doing, 1.25, et cetera, et cetera.
Any other questions, Brad?
Thank you. I can't compliment this enough. I mean, these are incredible graphics. The planning and design that has gone into this is exceptional. I like that Stone River County Park is on there. That's great.
I can't imagine why you. Nice plug.
And but I just to that question, lately we've been engaged with the city. My day job is Eric with Charleston County Parks. And the city has been engaged with us about addressing buildings and parks for consolidated dispatch response. So I wonder if there's an ability to, I don't know if it's necessarily assigning addresses or assigning latitude and longitude to some of these signs associated with the number on the sign, but in a way that can expedite emergency response to that location. So that might be something that we can coordinate with the staff on. Sure.
Good idea.
Great ideas. Yeah.
Anybody else?
It says 2024 for installation. I was just curious if you could give us a little bit more insight to the timeline for this project and then also the gateway.
So with the Greenway Bikeway, that's going to be a lot faster. They're already moving that onto the shop drawing. For that one, it is going to take working with Charleston Water Service along the Greenway to make sure we don't place it on top of, right on top of one of the water mains that they're going to have to access, but we're going to walk it with them. And so that's why it's just 2024 is it's all about how fast can we really get out there. We do have our Parks Department has a dedicated project manager on this one. It's moving very quickly with them. So we're hoping to start getting those in the first part of 2024, but how fast the whole package is in the ground might take the course of the year, depending on when we can install items.
Yeah.
And then the gateway signs, that one is moving along. It's in our hopper to get up to that same level. It's just not quite at yet.
Cool. Awesome. Thank you.
Yeah.
Any other questions, comments? Look good.
Every time.
Good work.
Michael, probably. The gateway sign there, has that been shared before? Gateway sign?
I'm trying to remember. I don't believe I shared out the gateway signs here. I did give a brief update of them at City Council, if I remember correctly. So that one is kind of newer for you guys. But it's one that we can continue to bring back and work on. Yeah.
I know that was something we talked about a couple years ago. Gateway, we talked about gateways.
I actually think that was beginning of last year.
Okay, so.
Beginning of this year, I
Couple-
guess.
Okay, that's, seemed like a long time ago.
The
So-
public comment period is at the end of the. Sorry.
So it's good to see.
I have seen you.
That's all I was gonna say. It's good to see progress on that. So if you need to bring us back in.
Yeah.
Right, consultation, let us know.
And, I will say, I think it's cool. One cool thing is, that this is actually not brick, which is how we're getting it through the DOT. DOT obviously doesn't want to have something that is a non-movable hazard in the right of way. So what this is this is actually, a plastic exterior around foam that has, metal columns in the middle so that should a vehicle crash into it, it'll tip over as opposed to, being obliterated along with the vehicle. And that's how we're able to move through this. This is a new technology. If you guys have, traveled up to Goose Creek or up on I-26 and you see the big Berkeley County sign, those are the same materials. So, they look like stucco, they look like solid permanent items that are actually acceptable to our Department of Transportation. So we're very excited to be moving forward on it with it.
Right, any other, wait till it turns out. Okay. Any other questions or comments from the commission members? And we'll get to the public comment during the second. Right. All right, the next item I believe is an update from Charleston Connects.
So that would be great.
Discussion.
But I'm sorry. What did I say? What's that?
Okay, so this is regarding our science project, and DOT also brought that up with me on any signage that we do on the DOT roads, same issue. Material, we have that conversation. So going back to last year, starting with the Hemingway neighborhood, that's where we began. Obviously, things were put on hold, they went through treatment. They're not shining, everything's good. So all of these are now back on the front burner and moving forward. So before I address that, with the Hemingway neighborhoods on, we went out there, we assessed it, and we thought it would be a simple paint of code. And found out that the wood is rotting, the will need to be replaced. The neighborhood will be taking over maintenance of the sign. We have 2 residents that are looking at it to do the replacement of the boards themselves. To take on that, and then we'll come back and do the sanding, painting, and bring it back to look as good as that. So the next would be the Ardmore side. We met with the neighborhood. We presented them with an initial graphic, which is what you see right there. The feedback that we've gotten so far is because we've got 2 separate neighborhoods, there's like 2 trees representing 2 for 2. And when you go down one road and you get to the bikeway, there are actually 2 oak trees on each side planted for that same purpose. So we've got graphics that are going to go back to the neighborhood, to get their feedback. And once that comes back and, we get to the point of moving on to actually getting it built, it'll get further. In addition, at the crosswalk, we're going to do temporary. So speaking with Jason Kronzberg, any plans that we do on the bikeway because of the construction, it's all temporary. So it will be light, very light conditions in front of the oak trees. And Eric, did you give a picture of the area? So on both sides of that are twin oaks, same as on the other side, and the plantings are going to be right in front of it. And on the road itself, excuse me, DOT has given permission to do, a crosswalk temporary cutting as well. Which they're saying a common device of sorts. Further down towards, 17 is a blessing box that was prepared by the Rotary Club St. Andrews. What is the exact?
Rotary Club of Charleston St. Andrews.
There we go. And they're the ones that have given the larger initial grant for this of $45 million to redesign the plantings. And we've also got 2 network for the grants to go along with this. So that's where we are with that. Now, at the last meeting, we talked about bringing on other neighborhoods, specifically Lenore. And if you remember that from, and we wanted to add that, you know, we add that to the list of getting something on with that. If possible. And I want, go ahead,
Can I,
please.
potentially, some people in the neighborhood have working to improve that sign.
Right, and
So-
we spoke about that as well last time.
So we just want to bring on. And probably give a chance. Do that, this is that. Okay.
So that's pretty much where we are with the sign project. I'm not gonna bring up, we have an entire list throughout West Ashley of signs, but we want to give you the larger ones first, before we move on. So after this is, the potential, so the arts department at the high school reached out to me, this is about 6 months ago. With the interest of doing the junction boxes at the intersections, like is done downtown. Yeah, rapid. And since there's already something in place, you know, we can, we have a partnership to get that done throughout West Ashley. And, you know, working with guys, I think that would be amazing.
We have Ryan, he's not here tonight, Ryan Comeback, but he is on the commission. I'll reach out to him and see how we can move that along. Yes, yeah. Yeah, they get sponsored one, I think, at, Earth Fair right now. Yeah, but, if we do about 10 of them, it'll probably come out to about $6,000 to $8,000, so we should be able to handle that.
So that's pretty much it with the signs project. We do have a smaller project that I've been talking with Jason about. We identified an area at Newsy Park to the left that potentially could become another food garden. And we'd like to identify some other areas that neighborhoods around could help with that. So let's get to next week. That's about it.
Mr. Mayor. Yeah, no, just give us thumbs up. Good stuff.
It's good to see you. Any other questions, comments? There we go. All right, Eric, you've got public comment here. Do we have anybody signed up or?
No one signed up. We did have one public comment submitted in writing about Ashley Hall Road and getting it re-signalized. So I'm gonna move that one along to our TNT guys here, Mark. Let me get the podium and a microphone for anyone in the public that would like to talk. That is here.
You have a show of hands. Like,
Yes.
two people. So, all right. So come on up. We'll give you 2 minutes. How about that? Well, 2 minutes. Yeah, just please, announce yourself and where you go.
I'm Shirley Ravens. Didn't mean to make it do that.
Sorry.
And,
A lot of that.
I used to be on the revitalization committee for the city years ago. And, so I know what y'all are going through. But I wanted to find out if you have plans for a gateway sign on Cosgrove.
Yes, ma'am, that's what the, that guy will be one of the ones going on to Cosgrove.
Where will it go?
Right now, we're looking at, just past, like you're on Cosgrove coming in, there's the park. Then there's a big grass shoulder
Mhm.
right over there.
Okay. I didn't hear anything mentioned about suicide merge or the property where the pig used to be. But I wanted to suggest that maybe traffic circles would greatly improve our traffic. There wouldn't be as many wrecks, people killed, people hurt. It's just a suggestion. I know y'all are running the show, but I want to make a suggestion. And also, there's been a lot of controversy about what to do with the property where the pig was. Have you ever thought about just having a land lease on it? A long land lease and leasing it out to somebody like the Cheesecake Factory. I think that neighborhood would love that. And that's all I have to say.
Thank you, ma'am.
Mhm.
Let me speak to the suicide. Yeah, okay, and I know it's public commentary, but it bears comment.
Good evening, I'm Mike Gaston. My wife and I, Lydia, live in Sandhurst on Manchester Road. Can we go back to the gateway sign? I just had a comment question. I think the signage for the greenways are phenomenal. It's very exciting to see that, and so nice work there. As we just bring that up, I guess I have a question. Have any gateway signs been installed anywhere in the city at this point? And is this a standard kind of lockup as far as city of Charleston than the community underneath? I know, so we've already painted the house blue, and so to change it a different color, I just want to throw out there, as we're thinking forward about the uniqueness of each of our communities, you know, when you start with the city of Charleston, it really kind of makes the emphasis. You have a hierarchy of information. It's all about the city. Now, West Ashley is so small. I just submit to the committee that over time, we might want to think about, should it be West, and you probably talked about this already, but should it be West Ashley first? You know, an aspect or a part of Charleston. So I just want to submit that for consideration. Obviously, you've already been installing them, so it's a little bit, that horse is out of the barn, but I appreciate your time. Thank you. Sure. No one else? I thought I saw a hand.
Was that third hand? No, whatever. Yeah, thank you. So, Charles, we'll go over.
Yeah, I can address, it's important to, man, the suicide merge, that will not go away. And it's just not going to happen. DOT controls our roads, okay? The county and the city improve the state's roads with their permission, but they have ultimate say over what happens to the roads. That facility does what it's supposed to do, it moves traffic. And the wrecks are not at the merge. The wrecks happen when some buddy is coming from T-Bones trying to turn left on Orange Grove Road. That's instead of going down to Charlestown and coming around, or somebody that's coming from the Bilo side trying to whip over into that Northbridge Drive turn at Dollar General. That's why the accidents happen. So the merge, the DOT is about moving traffic. They're getting better about moving every mode of transportation, but they're still about moving traffic, and the merge moves traffic. And I'll say one more thing, and I addressed Sandhurst a couple of weeks ago. When the county and city had plans about reworking the roads in the area, we came up with two alternatives. The first alternative, the neighbors on the Sandhurst side went wild with anger, and 95% disapproved of the plans. So that was scrapped. The county came back with another set of plans for the Northbridge side, and about 85 to 15% of the people on the Northbridge side went nuts. So it was decided that nothing would be done. The other question we get a lot of times, and I want to make sure everybody hears, is why not put a light at T-Bone? DOT will not let us do that because it's too close to the merge lights. So that facility, as you see it, is not going to change. Okay, now, some of the enhancements we have coming, if you're coming from, and I'm taking up way too much time. These are important. Coming from Orange Grove Elementary School, there will be 2 left-hand turn lanes going towards the North Bridge. So that intersection will widen a little bit. And as you're coming from the CVS side, what is now that craggly sidewalk will be a right-hand turn lane to go towards the North Bridge. There will be beautification all throughout that area. There'll be a new sidewalk that goes from Miss Rose's down to that other Sandhurst entrance right there. There will be a new crosswalk at the Palmetto Armory now that will cross from Sumar. And that will be a bike ped path that will take you from Sam Rittenberg to Orange Grove Road. It's gonna be like the Greenway. There's no automobiles, it's only bike and ped. But it'll be a little cut through there, because that was one thing that Sandhurst residents did not want, was an automobile path cut through. So those are sort of what's going on in the immediate area, but every chance I get, I just try to, people say, get rid of the merge, get rid of the merge. It's not going anywhere.
Okay, I appreciate it.
So just want to be very, very candid, make sure you do that.
But could we get traffic circles in other areas?
Maybe.
Let's not go there. Let's not go there.
Yeah, I'll be happy to spend some time with you after about
All
that.
right.
Okay.
Also, how do y'all feel about leasing that property?
We've already gone through all that. Yes, ma'am.
It was shocking to me on
You need to use the microphone and,
It was shocking to me that suicide merge was met with such resistance by the neighborhoods, and it does seem like it's just an impossible place. I am from here, and I don't think that when you're going on what we, call suicide merge, I wouldn't know that that was a merge, but for being from here.
Yeah.
Could we at least, is there a way, just signage? Is there
So-
something?
Yeah,
that
so
could
great
be
question,
improved?
great question. After the Sandhurst meeting that I went to a couple weeks ago, and I didn't mention this, some of the trees that are in there will be thinned out and moved so the sight lines are better. But then there were also some ideas that came out of that neighborhood meeting, which I passed along, about flashing lights. And there's a sign there that says alternate merge, but it's not very obvious. So something along those lines, we have passed that out. So, yeah.
That somehow between the.
It's not clear who has the right.
Yeah.
Well,
Well, if I-
Just recently got your permit rebuilt.
I mean, we live in Park Shore. My wife goes down Charlestown. She doesn't, cuts over to Old Town, so she doesn't need to bother with it.
I
So,
always get over the other way. I'm not even thinking about it.
yeah, but yeah, I mean, some of those ideas have been bubbled up. Thank you for bringing that to my attention. I should have mentioned that.
and quite frankly, Councilman Moody went through that, improvements rather quickly. There are a lot of other enhancements that are taking place, within this general vicinity, with Charlestown Road and Emerald and some other locations as well. And hopefully we'll get the funding for that in the immediate future. All right, is that all the, public comments, Mr. Mayor?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
If I may just make a couple of comments first, I want to thank staff and everyone else that's been working on these little initiatives. Some of them bigger than others, but the West Ashley restaurants and the We Shop program and the signage package and even West Ashley Connects. These all add up to nice improvements, and thank y'all for good work on that. When I hear these things, and I do like to share with y'all if I've heard something recently that's in the works. And regarding the Greenway, I also sit on the Charleston Water Service Board, and they've approved just recently funding and a go ahead to extend the deep sewage tunnel from where it currently ends down near Auburn all the way up to Stinson. And talking about getting CWS's approval is what made me think of that, because we got to remember it is their property, the city leases it, but they use it as a main corridor for what. And as far as I'm concerned, getting it deeper is a good thing. It makes the system more efficient and also long-term reduces the likelihood of any overflows. We've seen that in the past, but so this would be a major project, about $110 million. it will be mostly, you won't see most of it because it'll all be underground, tunneling and all like that, creating the infrastructure. But it really is a solid long-term investment for our sewage collection system. But there will be a little disruption when they do that because there'll be a couple, I think 3 total shafts that they'll have to create little construction areas when they do it. And it's a couple of years down the road, but it just got approved. And when I hear things like this and the topic comes up, I like to share. And I think y'all know that we have under final design and permitting the repaving of the rest of the bikeway. Portion of it got done a year or 2 ago, and now we've funded and have a few more months to get the design and permits to repave the rest of it. So I just thought I'd share this little tidbit. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. And one other update, we did have a report from Eric at our last city council meeting, which included an update on what the commission has accomplished in the last year. And we did bring up the issue of the schoolhouse, the one-room schoolhouse. And so we've got that on the agenda for what we can do with that. And quite frankly, I'm proud of the condition that it's in. And so that's under consideration as well. So I appreciate it, Mayor, you bringing those other updates up. I support for us to be aware. Yes, sir.
A couple of updates not related to the public comment that I thought I would offer. First of all, thank you to Teresa and Kenneth, West Ashley Connects. We have found through the county's ARPA process that when we engage our nonprofits to build and repair homes or build and repair signs, when we help fund you and get out of your way, good things can happen. And I think we all would agree that that's awesome. But also want to thank the mayor. He was with me and council members Honeycutt and Boykin in Columbia a few weeks ago, where we got the next round of funding from the State Infrastructure Bank for 526. We go back early December to meet with the Joint Bond Review Committee. So get that on your calendar. But just a huge step for a very critical piece of infrastructure. I think the latest count I saw was anywhere between 40 and 50,000 cars per day are here near Costco that shouldn't be. That's a problem. Thank you.
All right, finally on our agendas, any other business? And are there any other comments?
Yeah, so on November 18th, we have West Ashley. Christmas tree lighting, here at Citadel Mall, November 18th. And that will be at dark, 6 p.m.
Going, any other business? Well, let me just tell you, this is my last West Ashley Revitalization Commission meeting, and feel very blessed to have been a part of this from the beginning. And a lot of credit to the mayor as we started this in 2016. And started off at what is now Frothy Beard, our very first meeting. And some of you have been our original committee members, our commission members, and a lot of new faces on here. But I just want to tell you, thank you for the honor of being able to serve on the commission and serving as your chairman. And I've learned a lot, particularly I'm looking at Ms. Hamilton and Donna Jacobs is one of our original commission members of the history of West Ashley. And if you saw that up on the signage for the Greenway Bikeway, you understand there's just so much rich history here in West Ashley that we have traditionally, unfortunately, overlooked. Hopefully, the work with this commission is doing is bringing that to the forefront. And I mentioned to you the schoolhouse, and hopefully we can maybe salvage that building and maybe turn it into some type of interpretive center as well. Appreciate the work that Ken has done with the neighborhoods history that we did. I think we started off with the Avondale and Magnolia and missing one, but I think that's it. So I just wanted folks to walk out of here. We had a report of 75% of the recommendations from Plan West actually have either been accomplished or in progress of being accomplished. There's a lot of work that people just don't see that y'all have done, and staff has been wonderful. Eric has been wonderful.
And I just wanted to leave y'all with this wonderful impression that I'm honored to serve here. And thank you all very much for your awesome. Thank you all very much.
Mr. Chairman, thank you for your service. God bless you.